welcome back. Just a little midweek episode. Really no clue what we were doing because the last time we left it, this car wouldn't start, but it had a clutch. Whew. Yeah, cars and projects and loads of things in life can be quite frustrating, can't they? I don't know why we do this sometimes. It's just like a drug, isn't it? Hey, Lemmy. Yeah, I've done some research, still don't know. I've got power coming out the fuel pump relay, which goes through the fuses, which then drives the injectors and everything. It powers them. That all seems to be good. Going into the loom, I'm checked right at the injector level. But the injectors aren't firing because the fuel pressure isn't dropping. I build the fuel pressure up beforehand manually, and they're not getting fired. So it's not putting fuel in. It might be getting a spark, but I doubt it as well. So yeah. Whether we get to it at the bottom of this episode or not is another question, but we might do a few odd jobs to try and distract us and give us a bit of time to try and figure things out. Because I've changed something, haven't I? It's either that or got damp. Maybe it's got damp in here over the last month when I've just been haven't been starting the car up every week. So, yeah. Not sure for what's for tea for tonight, so give me some ideas down below. And, yeah. All right, let's crack on and see if we can find something useful to do. What I do have on my messy bench is a painted up hub, only roughly. I didn't paint it all around there because that's where the sort of the flange, the drive flangey drivey thingy fits. And so I've got a beer and the twigs, which they seem to be getting very small these days. All right, just test fitting that, just cleaned up a little bit just on the inside. It all goes on. I'm thinking I shouldn't really put this on until I bring my copper grease down. Not that this ever is going to come apart again, it's all just going to crash and burn into a big flame, but I'm thinking, yeah, those things need copper grease on them, and I don't have it here. Okay, that's both drive shafts done. There's this little tool on here, I'm sure everyone's seen them. You use it to wind it on and it cuts the tyre up and you flip it over to tighten it up. I need to order some more clips from the other side. I'm going to keep those rubber boots because I find that older rubber boots are mostly better than brand new rubbers because these will perish in no time. It's a Wednesday, I'm flipping about from job to job just while I figure things out. This is a job that I can take home and do in the evening. So basically I want to try and make an exhaust cutout for both of those. So yeah, it's just chopping and welding this and just chopping and welding. I say plastic welding, I've got a little welding kit, I'll give it a go. So I'm just going to try and mark out where it needs to go so I can then take it home. Still can't get the engine to run. I really don't know what I have done. Is it related to me putting the clutch on and the space on? But it's picking up an RPM and it's not moaning. There's no fault codes to do with crankcase or crank signal. Okay, just got a message from my ECU guy. I sent him a screenshot of some of the errors and he says, yeah, there's a problem. I can't quite understand why it wasn't a problem last month, but he says it is a problem. That checksum error shouldn't happen, that would stop it all. So he's going to sort of help me sort of fix out, but yeah. Still strange, but electronics are strange, cars are strange. Can't make some of this shite up sometimes. What I've just done is remove the top struts off the rear mini struts, because basically what we're going to try and do is we've got this bar that we need to now make strong again to go up to the top. So I'm going to basically hopefully use those in there where they used to go, up in there. And then we'll just drop a pipe down onto here to give it some strength. And that'll bolt back up into the original shop places as well. Need to finish all this off as well. And we've got to make the rear mounts as well, but we're not doing that today. Okay, you can't see much, but I've got the MPPS software connected up via the cable through the ODB port. We're just making a copy, I don't know if I need to, but reading the memory ECU now, which we've connected to, which is good. Guy sent me the file, so that's great. So yeah, we'll do a little backup first, I think, to be safe, and then we'll try the flash and see what happens. Well, we're just about to finish writing it. Don't know if you can hear me. I'm out of gear, but the drive flanges are spinning. Opposite directions, because obviously I know your diff works like that, but they're spinning. If I push it into gear, they spin a lot faster, but there's a bit of drag or something. I'm not too sure whether that's normal, and it'll be fine if the wheels are attached. I did try holding them with my hands a second ago, but I'm thinking maybe it'll be alright once the wheels are on and you're on the ground, it won't move. Sit rep. It's another day. It's cold. Heater didn't seem to want to turn on this time. Ran all day last time. So yeah, the first part of this video was filmed during the week. Odds and sods, a bit left over from last week, so he got a good few hours on this today. It'd be great if we could see wheels turning. I'm thinking of getting it jacked up and at least get the wheels turning. I'm quite happy with how the gearbox and the linkages seems to be working. We need to repair the gear linkage a little bit. I bought one of these little repair things. They're selling for Varos and things like that, but I think they're like a little bodge thing to stop. When they're worn out, you put this over the top and it stops the clip coming off, sort of thing, which will do what we need. And it's cheaper than trying to find Porsche linkages and stuff like that. So we're gonna get that fitted, try and get the heater working, try and get the wiring loom over to the other passenger side. We're trying to get a driver's seat in. I don't think we'll have a chance to sort of wire the throttle up in the right position yet. But it would be good if we could actually sit in there and actually change gears and see the wheels move. That would be the goal for today. A little bonus goal, should we lower the car onto the ground and actually see if it moves out and backwards. Subframe's not fully welded yet, so we shouldn't really go too far with it, but I think we could maybe. But we've got to do some things. We've got to tighten up the exhaust, we've got to do the linkage, actually weld the linkage up as well at some point, but we'll wait till maybe we test that. Get all the suspension back in, and yeah, let's crack on, loads to do. Surprise, surprise, my Vauxhall Vivaro gear linkage repair kit didn't actually fit the Porsche. It would fit the Porsche. I think it's just, I would have to just make this hole a bit bigger here. It's getting caught up on the actual, I'll call it a rose joint, but it's not really a rose joint, but you know what I mean. On the, I guess they're a little bit thinner or shorter on the things, but everything else will go on. But what I'm going to just do now for now is stick a bit of Aldite on that to stop it just popping out the inner ball bit. It's not worn, it's just the rubber bush bit's a bit knackered. Okay, while that's drying, we're gonna fit this suspension arm. We've got the whole carbon axle stand this side, so we'll do the same with this side at some point. I'm going to put the old strut back in. We need to double spring the strut at some point but we need a spare spring from the front of the car. Obviously we're going to get some real coilovers or stronger springs made at some point. The reason we need a stronger spring is because we've got a V6 in the boot. Anyway, I forgot my copper grease, even though I had a reminder, so we'll just put the bearing on with a couple of bolts, because then we can just whip all this off again later. Because I think I need to take it all out of the way just to finish welding of the subframe anyway. Yeah, let's get the suspension back in and the drive shaft in. Okay, we just got one side nipped up a little bit. Yeah, it's all got to come back off again. I might have even put the wrong strut on the wrong side, and also that disc on the wrong way. Who knows? The idea is we're going to run front discs, but we're actually going to, I think, I needed to try actually. I was wondering if that is, or is that a rear disc now? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, people have mentioned about twin engine Corsa, which I haven't seen the exact video yet. I had a quick look for it, but I need to cut and cut. Where he's basically used a rear setup, not BMW, but I'm guessing Vauxhall. And they've said basically he's mounted this tyre track rod end to the arm. So yeah, I might do that because I've got these joints. They would actually just go straight into there. Maybe just weld a tube on. It's only single shear, but we could make it double shear if we needed to. Onto that. Anyway, that's one side done. Drive shaft's in. Hasn't fallen out, which is a good sign. Yeah. Okay, moved on to the driver's side. Sorry I didn't film too much of the other one, but basically, yeah, that's in. I haven't painted that hub. That's all got to come off yet. I've basically put half the bolts in everything. So we only put 3 drive shaft bolts in, 2 drive flange bolts. I had it a second ago, the Allen key for that side, which I've done. I moved over to this side, and now I've lost it somewhere between a couple of meters. So yeah, that's the drive shafts in. Both haven't fallen out. I should pull the boot back and I'll be able to have a look to see how much the spiders on the splines and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, we're getting close to firing it up and playing with the clutch. Okay, for clarification, these are rear discs, obviously because they're not vented, so they're from the back. So they actually fit front hubs. Well, they seem to quite well, centric. So yeah, the idea is to make adapters between this, the old brake mounts with, and put the rear calipers on. So basically we'll still run standard rear calipers and discs on the back. That's the idea. But we haven't got to that section yet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fire it up. You might see they spin even in neutral because of the lay shaft in the gearbox is still spinning because the clutch isn't depressed. But yeah, let's give it a go. Contact. On the fuel pump. I haven't got the seat in yet, so. Going to put the clutch down. Hove the wiring over to there, still a hell of a lot of wiring. Run the fuel pump wire through the window and just checked it starts up. Yeah, still a lot more tidying to do over there, but let's tidy this side up and get a seat in it because we haven't actually ever got a seat in it. All I was thinking was that actually that's where the passengers' feet go, even though they're very small people that sit in these cars in the back. And so yeah, should fit, shouldn't it? We'll find out. Well, seat's sort of in. I couldn't get one of the runners to move, but I've got a couple of bolts in it. So this is the first time. Mould in this place. First time we're going to try and sit in it. It's something maybe we should have done at the start. But we don't do these things. We decided to put the V6 in first. Hopefully the thing won't collapse. And I think the seat's in this furthest back position. Yeah, we can make that work. I could even come forward a bit, to be honest. Wow, who thinks we should fire it up? We can make that work. I'll show you the room we got. The room we got. We've got loads of room. With a bulkhead. Might be a long video, this. I should split it into two, really. Can't really see really, can you? But yeah, obviously the back of the seat comes back, but we can make the bulkhead do that as well and get close to those inlet pipes as possible. And as I said, I think I can come forward anyway. Okay, hopefully you can see the wheel and the gear stick and everything. So let's jump in. Still got my masking tape on the pedal, that's not a problem. So I'm going to start it up in a second, it's going to be a bit noisy, and then we're going to try and pop it into first gear. And yeah, see how it goes. Let me know if anything falls off. In this seat. Who thinks we should get it on the ground? I've got no throttle because obviously that's in the passenger seat. I couldn't find reverse. Well, I don't think I could. A bit hard to tell when you haven't got it on the ground. I could only was watching the back wheel. But yes! Into a gear! Reverse. So yeah, let's get Lemmy out into daylight. Bear with. Put my driving glasses on. Pulled the fuel pump wire off. We're all good. There's a bit of a quagmire down here. I need 4-wheel drive, not 2-wheel drive. Okay, I'm going to end the video there. It's a major milestone to actually get this thing to move. It only moved 5-6 meters, but that's a lot. So, get it back in. Next video, finish up the subframe, welding it so we can actually put a bit of power down. Hopefully it might dry up around the farm here, and we can get it out a bit further. And yeah. So if you like what you like, can you hit the like button, because that's majorly impressive for the place I'm doing this in. My diesel heater ran out of diesel, and yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the little bell button, everything. If you want to help me in any way, check out the description, and just keep following me and keep supporting me and keep giving me some kind words. Any nasty words, go find another channel. Yeah, don't know what's for tea, maybe lasagna, maybe pizza, I don't know, don't care. I'm not hungry at the moment, I'm happy. Alright, thanks for everyone that's been following me and persevering with me. We're doing this together. Next time, something else. Take it easy, stay safe everyone.